Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of Living organization to Yog Vaashishtha evening session. नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ। टुडे वी आर ऑन डे 87। आज हम लोग 87वें सत्र पे पहुंच चुके हैं एंड वी हैव कंप्लीटेड द उपशम प्रकरण चैप्टर नंबर 5 yesterday. Today we will be starting with chapter number 6 called Nirvan Prakaran. So just like every single day, we start our session by chanting Om 3 times. Let's all close our eyes and let's begin our session by chanting Om 3 times. Let's sit comfortably and close your eyes. Hands on the thighs, open to the sky. Spine erect, shoulders relaxed, neck straight. And let there be a gentle smile on your face. Let us bring back our attention to our breath. Breathe in and let go. Take one more deep breath and let go completely. Let us chant Omkar 3 times. Breathe in. Let us awaken the divinity within. Guru का आह्वान कर ले. पुनः पुनः Let us express our gratitude towards divinity, towards the Master. गुरु वंदना कर ले। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Let us pray to the divinity, towards the Master. Whatever the words that come out of this mouth, whatever the actions that are happening around, events happening around, or via this body, whatever the thoughts that are coming into our mind, and the power of discrimination arise in our intellect, the impressions that might be getting created on the smriti, the memory, if so, and if still there is an iota of that I, me, let thy be inspired by the Master alone. We, the people walking on the path of liberation, mukti, moksha, freedom, if we experience that right now, this moment, you have already experienced that in the past. You are already free. So let this remaining life, and if you have to come back here again, to express our gratitude, to serve the humanity world, and to spread the knowledge. Let all that be inspired by the Master alone. Feel the presence of the Master in and outside. And with a gentle smile on your face, you may open your eyes. धीरे धीरे अपनी प्यारी सी आंखें खोल सकते हो. जय गुरुदेव. So let's begin our session. अपने सत्र की शुरुआत करते हैं. Till now we have completed 5 chapters. We'll be moving to 6th chapter now. Let us welcome all our Zoom participants, all our Facebook viewers, and all our YouTube viewers to today's session. So as we are going to start a new chapter, let us just do the recap of what is it that we have seen till now in the 5 chapters in a very quick and short manner. So we started our Yog Vaashishtha, which is a dialogue between the Prabhu Ramchandra ji and Vaashishtha Muni. So it's all starts with the Sutikshna and Agastya Muni, the dialogue between them. He asked that what is more important? Is it work that is more important, or is it the knowledge that is more important? He said that why you want to make a fight between both of them? Both are important, just like two wings of a bird. Your work is also important, and your knowledge is also important. Your adhyatma is also important, and your day-to-day routine is also important. Have that balance so that you can fly free. And then the story continues with the Agnivesha and his son. Then there comes Arishtanemi, who rejects the offer from the heaven, come and experience the heaven. He said that is something impermanent. I'll have to again come back here once that is finished. So all these things continues, and then Rishi Valmiki comes into picture. Then his son Bharadwaja comes into picture, where he goes there, tells the story of the entire Ramayana. Brahmadeva asks him to ask his father Valmiki to again put forward the knowledge that made Rama the Maryada Purushottam. Today we worship Rama in the form of Lordship. What is it that made Rama as the Lord? What is it that made Rama as the Prabhu? We call him Prabhu Ramchandra. What is it that made? What was that knowledge? Let that knowledge also be revealed to this humanity, to this world. And this is where Valmiki again went and put forward that all the knowledge that is nothing but the Yog Vaashishtha, which is dialogue in the. So when the Vishwamitra comes to the palace and he wants to take Rama along with him, at that point of time, Dasharatha, the Rama's father, explained that he has just completed his tourism. He has come from the tourism. He has gone on a pilgrimage and he's come back, and now he's completely locked himself. He's not eating properly, not sleeping properly. He is in a completely different state of mind. That is where Vishwamitra calls you. Please call him to the court and let us now discuss with him what is going on. So that is where Prabhu Ramchandraji is called to the court, and then he explains his vairagya, his dispassion that he has experiencing now. And that is what the chapter number 1 we see, that vairagya. Here Shankaracharya said, also that kasya sukham na karoti viraga. It is that vairagya. It is that dispassion. Once that comes into life, what is the pleasure that one cannot get in life? And this is where we can see the dispassionate, complete dispassionate state of Prabhu Ramchandraji. But still he has not achieved the Atma Jnana. Still he is yet to reach that journey. So he keeps asking questions. Still he has some doubts about what are all the things that's supposed to be done, what are all the things that's supposed not to be done. And this is what happens, that starting with the second chapter, called as Mumuksha Vyavahara Prakaran, means how one should behave when they are walking on this path. What is it that they should do? What is they should day-to-day routine should look like? What should be their day-to-day routine? The business that they do, how it should be. So that is where Vaashishtha Muni starts giving knowledge to the Rama and to all the people who are sitting in a court. And he says there are two things which are prime importance. That one is doing your Purushartha, doing all your day-to-day routine, whatever depending upon the Dharma, Artha, Kam and Moksha you should do. All that. What is your Dharma is your duties. Whatever your duties you are there, as per the role in which you are playing, you should perform those duties. To perform those duties, whatever you require, you need to earn that. So if you are doing a puja and if you need the samagri and all the things, you should go and earn that through your effort. It's not just money. Go and put your effort to earn that, whatever is required to fulfill your dharma, your duties. Then she said, always have that dharma, artha, kam. Always you will have some goals in your life. Probably those, if there are some material goals, there's nothing wrong in having those goals in life, but then associate your goals with something higher. So if you want to become an IAS officer, make yourself associated with the goal to become an IAS officer to serve. If I want to become engineer, I want to innovate. I want to become doctor to save life. Associate a higher goal to your profession, to your role. If you are a student, associate. So with that, then that kamna, that this entire universe will come and help you to fulfill your kamna, your desire. But as having said that, I should also have the the ultimate, that moksha, the mukti, that liberation, that freedom, that should be your ultimate goal of your life. So that becomes your purushartha. Working on this becomes your purushartha. This has become your self-effort that you should continue to put on this. And also in the second chapter, clear Vaashishtha gives, there are 4 gatekeepers. No, the self-inquiry, the thoughts, the vicharas. So Shama and Dhamma. Shama, Dhamma together. Shama means peace of mind. Dhamma means having a say over your senses. So both together to achieve that Shama, that peace of mind, yes, we have to establish self-control. So that is the first gatekeeper. We need to practice that. The second one is Chitta. We have to have a self-inquiry. Who am I? What is the purpose of my life? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? All these questions will give the knowledge, Atma-jnana, self-realization, liberation. The third is that you need to have, while doing all this thing, is not that once I do this after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, after some lifetimes, I will attain something called as trupti. No, have that trupti right now. Be contented right now in this moment. So that's santosha. That is the third gatekeeper. Be happy right now and then do whatever you want to do. It's okay. Do whatever you want to do, do it. Perform the action, but with a fullness of your heart, with a blossom state, not out of fear. Do the puja, not out of fear. Not that somebody is going to punish you, do puja for that. To please someone. No, there is nobody sitting there. To please someone. No, just you sing because you feel good out of it. You are already feeling good. So you are expressing your gratitude. No? That shraddha, that faith. Do out of that. Do everything out of your content. How that contentment is the third gatekeeper. And then be in the company of the good people. No? Sat Sangha, Sadhu Sangati. Have Guru in life. No? Guru will show you the path. It's the people around you will have an impact on you. So having those 4 moksha, 4 gatekeepers for the moksha dwar. So this is what is covered in the second chapter. Then it says, really want to be free. Free from what? Free from the samsara, free from this universe, this jagat. So you need really to understand how it is created in the first place, then you will be able to get rid of it. So that is what happens in the third chapter. We saw that Utpatti Prakaran, how this entire universe, how this body, how this we are created. That is what is covered in the Utpatti Prakaran, the creation of this universe. So in a chronological order, we saw that Brahman, that Chaitanya, awareness, it just get into some spuran, something called as feeling of separateness from itself, forgetting its mool swarupa, the chaitya comes. So there's some spuran, something just like a wave that comes in ocean. It comes and it wants to express itself. So to express itself, it gets consciousness of a chitta. Chitta is nothing but mind, which is referred to as chitta. And the chitta of the Parabrahma, Shiva, that is called the Chidakash. So the Chidakash is created imaginary only. Nothing is created as such. It is just imaginary that Chidakash comes into picture in the form, in the chitta itself, in the form of chitta. And in that chitta now it starts projecting this entire world. No, all these we are jiva. So there are chitta akash, our own individual jiva have that chitta akash, which is creating its own universe, its own Brahman. And like this, there are a number of such Brahmans which exist in the chitta akash. So all that is, and then it says that once it's solidified, then all the Pancha Mahabhutas, then all the Panchatan Matras, Rasagandha, Roop, all these things comes into picture, and they are all associated with the Pancha Mahabhutas. Then the moment it becomes gross, all your feeling of separateness, that ahankara comes into picture, your memory comes into picture, your intellect comes into picture, your all the breath, that prana comes into picture, vayu comes into picture, pancha prana comes into picture. Going on the subtle level, all your indriyas, the 5 senses comes into picture, their shaktis, that comes into picture, and then all the others, sthavar and janam, the movable and immovable, all this drishti, all this jagat that gets formulated again in chitta only. Again, it's so Vaashishtha is giving a very clear message in the third chapter that this entire world which appears you to as real is an unreal world. That's a fundamental takeaway. Then you say, okay, fine, I agree, I have realized this, that this is a real world, but again I have to live in this world itself. So let me understand this world, how it is. That is we saw in chapter number 4, Sthiti Prakaran. So in the Sthiti Prakaran, Vashishtha Muni explains to Rama that this is how this world is, these are the nature, this is the nature of your, this is how they do, this is what they do, this is how it goes outward, you will have to do, this is how your mind is, this is how your mind works, no? All this sthiti, how it is, no? This world is how this world is, no? Then in the chapter number 5, he says, now you have to drop this. You have to drop this world, you have to drop your body, you have to drop your mind, you have to drop your everything. You have to just keep on dropping, little by little, no, petal by petal, slowly and gradually. You keep dropping all these things and get into that thing which is worthy life, is that Shanti, is that Prem, that Ananda, which is in the Upasham Prakaran. Upasham means completely making yourself Shant, a very peaceful state of your being. So that is what is being explained in the Upasham Prakaran. So now let us start now the new chapter, that is the 6th chapter that so ultimately all these things, what is that we are doing? What we are doing is to attain a nirvana, is to attain the liberation, is to attain the mukti, moksha. We can't even say that attain, you are already free, you are already mukti, you are already liberated. But all the ignorance that is being there, we need to keep on removing that ignorance via multiple techniques and ways which you have seen. So here Vashishtha Muni explained that till now whatever I have told you in the Upasham Prakaran, that was the Atma Jnana, that is the knowledge that once Viveka, Vichara, the Buddhi, Pragya, using all these things, you can dissolve this, all this mind and all this, and using that you can achieve the Atma Jnana, self-realization. Now, here in the Nirvan Prakaran, he says that, hey Nishpap Rama, he is now addressing Rama. Hey Nishpap Rama, means hey good human-hearted Rama. No? You are very simple, no? Innocent being. You are just like that. He is addressing very politely to even that is something worth looking at. So he addressed himself that you are such a innocent Rama. Till now I have told you all these things. It is worth going through it, and then you will have to get your hridaya, means that your heart, all these things, other things which were there outside this chitta, you have to lock your chitta, you have to dissolve your mind into your hridaya, lock it inside your hridaya, and then you achieve that state, get dissolved, become one with your Atma, Chaitanya. So that is what is there. So while telling you all these things, I have told you multiple stories, multiple things, no? While telling that it could have been possible that certain things would have made sense to your buddhi, to your intellect, to your tarka. Certain things might not have made any sense to you, no? So in such a situation also, what you do, you become like ants. The one which just takes the milk out of the thing and it leaves the water gate. So you do that. So you take the sar, you take the summary, you take that learning from this and let the other things just drop it. Just let it go. So focus on what is core to what is a core learning. If you are able to pick that, then it is worth doing that, and you establish your. And now he's questioning Rama, have you really learned that or not? No, it's worth learning that. That is something which needs to be done. Now he again explains that through the vairagya, through the dispassion, and through the prana nirodha, through the pranayama, stopping the spandan of this prana for some while, that prana nirodha, using the study of that, continue to attain this knowledge, and this get yourself free from this sansara. So it is like that. You have to continuously do your self-study, your vachana, shravana, manana, chintana, yoga, pranayama, meditation, all these things. But the practice that we have learned, we need to keep on doing that. So in that also he is also making importance of the Upadesha, because he said that, look, I am your Kulguru. So it is very important when we do this, it has to be done. How it has to be done? Even in Patanjali it says, Gurudev also explained it, that Shraddha, that faith is very, very important. How we have to do it? Satodirgha kalam, over a period of time. How? Nirantar, without any gap. With full honor and respect. With full honor and respect. That is very important. With full honor and respect. Then it will get fully established. Then it will establish, you will establish yourself in the knowledge. So that it is very important to have the faith in the master. It is very important to have the faith in the knowledge that has been given here. It is very important to have the faith in Vaashishtha, have faith in Gurudev, faith in this knowledge. Then once we have that faith, once we have that gratitude, it becomes effortless to be established in knowledge. So it's very important. He's telling here. These are all the things that are very important for you to get into the knowledge. So then again he explains that such things, knowledge and all these things, certain people who do the upeksha, they do not respect this. Here Vaashishtha is telling that you stay away from these people. It is not worth being them. It's always good idea to be in a company of the good people, sadhu sankati. That is very much in this knowledge. You have to remain in this knowledge. Do not get into the, do not stay with the people who are understanding. They reject this knowledge. They go into the opposite direction. They go into this vishayas. They get keep themselves entangled into all these five senses and all that. No, you just get away from them. No, just stay away from them. No, that is where it is very important for us to do this. He said that just stay away from them. So like this, here Prabhu Ramchandraji now is telling that he asked the question over here. Now he says that it is worth staying yourself out of all these things. No, just like this Gyani Purush, the one who are knowledgeable. No, they become like sthir. They become like Pashan. No, Pashan is they are not heartless or they are not like a stone, Nirjivni, but their city is like that. They are firmly established there in their knowledge. They do not get into any sort of any bheda buddhi over here. So it is worth establishing yourself in that state. So now here Prabhu Ramchandra is being very inquisitive. He expresses himself that whatever you have been told now, I am really grateful to you that I really got it. He expresses his gratitude and he says that now when this you refer to something called as Pashana, something called as stone. So he says, Bhagavan, in that Pashana, in that stone also, there are no those Jnanendriya, those five senses are not there. There are no this Karmendriya, no, and there is no this Astitva, despite of it has that Chaitanya, that Jani, that Astitva is there, despite of that Jiva Chitta is there, then we can say that Pashana is also not only, right? So that Pashana is also related. Is it not because there is no mind? Manonash is also happened there. No mind condition also is there. And there are no vasanas also, there are no desires also. So that when this condition, this which is also similar to the condition of Mukh, the Jivan Mukh, the one who are liberated, can't we call that stone also liberated? That is the question that Prabhu Ramchandra asked there. So here Vaashishtha Muni said that good that you have asked this question. Now let us look at this. So once we say that the liberated soul, they do not have this raga, dvesha, no, this kamakuro, the lobha, the moha, all these six distortions that we see in the form of a greed, anger, hatred, and all these things, they are not there. So because of that, they are not getting into any hush, also not getting into any things very excited, and neither they are on the contrary, they get into the sorrow. No, they become establish themselves into that one sthiti, that state which is Chitta Pragyata. So they establish themselves into that state here. No? So that is where Rama was relating to this sthiti with the Pashana. So Pashana is also just like that. No? It's completely sthir. No? That is what is said. So then what he says that because of this, the Samanya Purusha, then if we really do not get a real difference between this Pashana and this Sthiti, then how we will be able to differentiate it between the saints and the ordinary people, Samanya Purush, and because both of them have this, both of them have this Jiva, both of them have this Chaitanya Shakti which is them, in them. But then why is the Sant which is there? So it just the thing is that our based on that is that it's completely encapsulated in something called as ignorance. No? So that ignorance, because of that, it is stuck here. It's not able to realize. The only difference between both of them is one who knows who he is, one who has experienced himself, and the other one has not yet experienced. And that is what exactly happens with the Pashana also, that he agrees that yes, there is a Chaitanya. There is that chit that is there in that, but the quantum of that is very, very less. No, there is no that Spanda. That is that Spanda is not there. Because of all these things, that we cannot say that it is in a same state. So what does it actually help then attain this, that the ordinary people and saints or the Jivan Mukta? So here Vaashishtha, it is that vichara, it is that self-inquiry, it is that knowledge, no? That is the thing that helps, and that vichara is not there with the stones. They don't have mind, so they are not able to think, they are not able to do this. And even with some people also, even they are in the form of a human body, they don't think, they don't go to this path. They're still entangled into all the worldly activities, and as they do not get into this self-inquiry, they never get the knowledge of who they are. That self-realization they never achieve, and they just keep on entangled into outward worldly activities also. So this is one of the reasons that through this vichara, through this viveka, through this pragya, one can really know what is this avidya, what is this illusion, not that maya which is there, that illusion which is there, just like your hallucination, bhranti, that avidya, the ignorance, one can only know through the knowledge. No? That is very important, and that itself is not present in them. All the other things, as you said, the bhavnas and all these things, vasanas, which are obviously not there because it doesn't have any thing in that, but we still cannot call that as a mukta. In my opinion, I don't think consider the stones are as mukta. Then he applies the same thing to the other sthavar things, no, not only just to stone, all the other immovable things. So nirjiv vastu jisko bolte hain, he applies the same principle to all of them. So that is why he continues that you will have to do this. This avidya itself, ignorance itself is stopping you reaching to there. You need to continuously put your all efforts and you need to drop that. So then he also explained that once someone attained this thing, this is sthiti. Now this Brahma Drishti means this Samadrishti, Brahma Drishti is equanimous vision that is there. What is the fruit that one can bear out of it? What is it their life looks like? What is it that have it? So he says there are certain things which dissolves and there are certain things which are dawns. So what all the things he says that Rama, once someone achieves this, so then they achieve this sthiti. In them, what happens that continuously they do the upasana, and on such a jivan mukta, such a liberated souls, they do not get into any sort of they do not show the dukkha, the sorrow, upon the dead. They think that it's okay, they know what the reality is, so they do not show any dukkha, that sorrow when someone dies. Neither they're very happy about the one who exists. They're living beings. They see both the things as same. Then the another things that goes away is the fear of death, because now they have realized that this body is going to go. I am the one which is Atman, that Param Brahma, Shiv, and that which is immortal in nature. So your fear of that disappears. Then the sukha and dukkha, the two stages. Now it is not just any bheda drishti, anything that duality, not good, bad, pap, punya, accept, reject. No, this is mine, this is yours. Sukha, dukkha, all these dualities disappear in them. So when the duality itself disappears, they are able to establish, firmly established. All this chanchala, this mind which goes here and there, it keeps taking all the different thoughts, concentrated, keeps on going here and then, all that chanchalta that will give, it will achieve that adhirta, that impatience will not be there. You will be because you are not in any hurry, in a great hurry to achieve anything. We know there is nothing to achieve here, that all that account which is there, karma which is there, I have to just finish it off, not forming any new karma, not forming any new impression on my. It has to be just dissolve, just give away everything, nothing to be achieved. That automatic, that patience will be there. Impatience will be lost. There will not be any show. There will not be any repenting, regrets, and all these things will not be there. There will not be any hallucination. Brahma will be not be there. No, the illusion will not be there. They will be very clear in all their thoughts, in their actions. They will be very clear. No, there will not be any hallucination. The ahankara, the ego will not be there. Abhimana, damba will not be there. It will drop. Kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsar, all these attributes. No, your anger, your attachments, entanglements, jealousy, all these things also will automatically drop. All these things will leave you. All your outward desires, cravings, going outward tendencies of your five senses, all these things will drop once Brahma Drishti, that Sama Drishti, that equanimous state. No? Shivoham, Shivoham, all these things. What will they will see? No? You will see that they have all achieved that smile which nothing can take away. That alaukik, that Ananda, that joy which is a self-luminous, no? That Swayam Prakash, that self-luminous state, that joy which never seems to diminish. No, that Shanti, the peace of mind which is identical, and the love, no, that creation, that center core of our existence is that love, that frame. No, you will see all these things are very, very obvious. All these things are very obvious in the Jivan Mukta, the one who have achieved the equanimous state. They will have access to the Apusha Shakti, that Amanusha Shakti. You will be able to see that they are able to do so much of work, so much of seva around, no? That Apusha, they have access to all the siddhis, they will have access to all that energies that is there. No, all the human values such as Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, happiness, no? All these things will dawn in them automatically. That Sattva will be very obvious. It will become very obvious imminent. They will have all the Aishwarya, all the wealth. No, wealth doesn't mean only your money. All the wealth, Ashtalakshmi, that all the wealth, the knowledge, everything will be there at their feet. They will have vairagya. They will attain the vairagya, the dispassion. No, kasya sukham na karoti viraga. That will attain that supreme state of vairagya. That no, what is it that can give you pleasure? No, they in a such a vairagya, that dispassionate state. The viveka will dawn in them. No, that power of discrimination, that viveka will dawn in them. No? That tikshna buddhi, that sharpened intellect will be there. No? Then they will be very rigid. No, they will be firmly established. Then they'll be very simple. You will not find any show off there. They are very simple. No, they will live simple. They will not take pride in things. They're doing this, doing that. It doesn't matter. No, bullock car or the plane or the Mercedes, it's all same. It doesn't matter. Their claws, not this, that. You look at Guru. This is a personification of all these qualities that diminished all the other things and how the other things are. Based in Gurudev, no? Shri Ravi Shankar Ji, no? That establishment, that sthirta, pragyata, no? Stability will be there. It will dawn in you. Then you will become Brahmarahit. No, there will not be any hallucination. No, then Kartutva Abhiman. There will not be doership. That I did this. This is me. I am the doer. I am the sufferer. All these things will destroy. So this is what Vaashishtha, this is so beautiful. This path is so beautiful. No, so it's worth achieving that. This is what all the Jivan Mukta people have experience in them, right? So hey Rama, now all that you have to do is that you have gone through all these stages. Now all that we have to do is just finish your prarabdha. Whatever that sanchit karma or the past impression that you have carried, now just slowly and gradually to pay off for the sicknesses of that, go through it and finish off. No, that is what is worth doing in this life. Now he continues that. Now Ram also becomes very happy. He expresses gratitude towards the Vaashishtha Muni. He says, Bhagwan, that it is so amazing. Now he's expressing his wonder. Now he's expressing his gratitude now that just like that sunlight, no, because of the sunlight, that lotus just blossom like that. Now, just by listening to your words, it is instantaneously becoming a knowledge for me. It is instantaneously becoming an experience for me. Huh? So I'm really, really grateful for the all this ananda, that joy that I'm experiencing, right now in this moment. That Shuddha Sattva, that pure consciousness, that pure thing that I am experiencing here. So now that you have say all these things, now you also mentioned that there is something called as this pranaspanda, and we using the pranaspanda nirodha, one can do the vasanakshay, one can drop the this dazings and kiran, and jivan mukta is the now curious. I would like to become that, like that free man. I would become that jivan mukta. And then I'm really want to hear from you, Vaashishtha Muni. Kindly tell me, how do I now start these practices? No? So this is where Vaashishtha Muni tells in that till now I have told you this. No, this can be achieved. I now will tell you the two types of yoga here. No? So he says the one is the Atma Jnana and another one the Prana Nirodha. They say that Rama, usually this yoga, that Shabda yoga is there, it has two meanings. So what is the meaning of that? Is that this samsara, no, this birth and this vicious life cycle, if someone has to become free from this, that achieving that can happen through the yoga. We also see the different meanings of yoga, such as the union of your body, mind, and soul, means becoming one with your Atma, becoming, attaining that sthiti of the Brahma sthiti, Brahmapat, the Shivoham Shivam, becoming Shiva. That sthiti, that when that can happen through yoga. So here is telling that there are two types of yoga here. The one which is referred to is through the prana nirodha, pranaspanda nirodha, and the other one is through the knowledge. No? That is the reason in Yog Vaashishtha, why it's called Yog Vaashishtha. Vaashishtha means the yoga, which is the told by Vaashishtha Muni. That yoga is nothing but this knowledge. This knowledge itself is a yoga. No? That is also, this is very beautiful, that yoga is not just doing asanas and things here and there. It is also the knowledge. So this knowledge, Atma Jnana, that is also a part of yoga. So till now in Upsham Prakaran, I have very well explained in detail, this Atma Jnana, this how to attain this Atma Jnana. Now in this Nirvan Prakaran, I will focus on the next thing, that is the how one can use the pranaspanda, the nirodha of that, stopping that pranapanda for a while, and how one can practice this. So both things are important, and he explained that these are the two types are there. So one can take any path. So there is a bhakti yoga, there is a karma yoga, and there is a jnana yoga. All these different types of yogas which we are aware. I am not going to detail of that. Vaashishtha Muni says that yes, for some people it becomes very easy to do practices, the asanas, pranayama, and all these practices. It becomes very easy for them. For some people it is very easy to practice the knowledge, because their intellect is sharpened and all that is there, and they are in such a state that they can achieve the Jnana Samadhi. We have already seen what is Jnana Samadhi. They can achieve that knowledge, the meditation of via knowledge, through vichara, through viveka, through contemplation. There we have seen multiple such cases. If they can do that, some people are able to do that. Some people are able to achieve it through the other things, using the yoga, pranayama, asanas, all these Patanjali Yoga Sutras has explained very beautifully. Gurudeva has taught us all these things in Art of Living. So he explained these two things does exist. You choose whatever is feel better. My favorite is the knowledge. So Jnana Yoga. Vaashishtha Muni says that knowledge is the one through which I can just understand this, experience this reality, and then that's all. That is there. But yet I do not put the other thing down. Let me explain that also. I'll explain you that also, how the using this prana spanda, how one can achieve that. Stopping your pranapanda, how one can achieve that. So that also will explain. So now to say that, I will tell you a story of Kaka Bhushan. There is this crow. There is this kavva, no, kaka means kavva, the crow. So there is a very beautiful story of that, which was narrated, and then we will narrate that story. So we will look that story tomorrow. कल हम लोग इसके बारे में डिटेल में उस कहानी को सुनेंगे और उसके बारे में चर्चा करेंगे. आज के लिए, for the time being, I would like to hand over this session to all of you. If whatever the things that we have listened till now, if you'd like to say something about it, if you have any questions around this, the way Rama keeps on asking, because it is because of the questions that he asked, today we have been blessed with this knowledge. Otherwise, this knowledge would have been just hidden with this Rishi Munis. No? So it's good. Ask questions if there are questions. If there are topics that needs to be discussed, it's welcome. We can discuss that. What are your takes in all these 5 chapters that we have been going through? It's almost 87th session today. Any takeaways that you like to share in a short and brief manner? You're welcome to do that. If any topic that you would like to discuss, we can discuss that. Over to you all. Jai Guru. Unmute option is being made available to you. आप खुद ही unmute करके आप बात कर सकते हैं. You'll be able to unmute yourself and you can express yourself.
Thank you, Someshwar ji, for recapping everything, brushing our minds with all that we have heard. And we have gone through it, Yog Vaashishtha. That was amazing. A full recap was there. I would like to add, of course, beautifully you have explained. Just my takeaway, just a small one, just to share. You know, Vashish Muni says to Rama, I have provided you with the net woven words, you know, which are indicative of the highest truth. Means he had made those words as a net. And tie down the bird of your mind with this net and let the mind rest in your heart. So that is so beautiful. Thus you shall attain the self-knowledge. So this is what he says. O Rama, have you absorbed this truth imparted by me? Although it is mixed with various impressions and illustrations. All these are there. All the stories which we heard again, you know, each story having a moral, and each story shows where a person can stand, you know. That is also an example type, you know, like all the stories that we have seen and we have come up till wheat. So we saw plenty of stories there. So every story is giving us a different moral. Yog Vaashishtha is saying the same thing. Come out of your mind, you know, kill your mind with the sword of knowledge. Have that that knowledge within you, have the self-inquiry within you, and you go ahead. So with that knowledge, every time he's saying the same thing, but then the moral comes different, the story comes different, and the level of the awareness also rises with each story. That is very beautiful in this. And he says, finally, Rama, have you observed this, absorbed this truth, you know, like a sponge. A sponge, what it does, it keeps on absorbing the water until it is full. No, and there is nothing, you cannot absorb anything anymore in that sponge. So like that. Then, and another thing he says, like the swan, you know, you separate the milk and water, like the swan separates it. So you have the discrimination power of that viveka, that dispassion, to separate what is not required, and you just take away what is required. So everything that is Brahman. And then what happens? There are no more divisions in that. You know, first there are divisions of everything, the subject, object. Now what happens? Everything becomes here Brahman. That Brahman you are. And then what he says, you are again in that diverse activities. but you will not be bound if your intelligence is saturated with this truth. That is so lovely. If you just, contemplate on all these, what we have heard today, it is really going to make a lot of difference in our life also. Because agar Brahmagyani ka bhojan gyan, Brahmagyani ka gyan, so what is there for me? But I have to experience all that, which is what he's saying. Yeah. Then he says, if your intelligence is saturated with, otherwise you will fall. Otherwise, what will happen? You will fall from the height. If you conceptualize this teaching with your intellectual entertainment and do not act into your life. If you just conceptualize, means now this is another concept in my mind. पहले अज्ञान था, अब ज्ञान है. पहले का जो काटा था, उसको निकालने के लिए अज्ञान का जो काटा, that thorn which was there, we picked up ज्ञान का thorn and we have removed both of them. So now we need to disperse both. We can't keep that other one, oh, you're good because I removed the ignorance with you. It's not like that. So otherwise, again, you will have a fall and again you will come back in the same cycle. So again, it is saying, in order to reach the perfection or liberation taught to you by me, you should live a life of non-attachment. That is very important. Doing whatever is appropriate in every situation as it reaches you. So that is there. Some drishti, being in equanimity and doing all the things very naturally which comes to you, taking the decision with your sharp intellectual and wisdom. So that is all what is there. And rest assured that this is the vital factor in all the teachings of all the scriptures. So this is the vital factor that we understand here. And thank you. With this note, I would really like to end this. Thank you very much, Someshwar ji, for enlightening us with this. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev Sangeeta ji, thank you so much for that contribution. It was really lovely. और किसी को अपने आप को व्यक्त होना है, you can unmute yourself and you can speak.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev Bina ji, please go ahead.
I sorry for I lately joined, so I could not grasp some of the things. But yeah, definitely, whatever the qualities the Yog Vaashishtha has told, which I was visualizing in Gurudev, and each and every quality you can find over there, it was matching exactly. And some of the qualities we also, while doing the sadhana, some of them are there, some of them are lacking, which we have to brush it out. And it's a journey, So till last breath, we keep on working on it, So that is a beautiful part that we should list out all these things. And, I was thinking that we should put it in front of us, just a reminder. Yeah, these are the things which I have gained today. If something is lacking, we should just highlight that point, and just work out on it at least for 3 days. Then it becomes a part and parcel of your life, that which I usually do. Suppose if I'm having feverishness, once upon a time, I used to, because knowledge, I don't feel like repeating the things, because whatever Yog Vaashishtha has told, it's ultimate truth. That is the experienced one, and they are at the highest level of consciousness. But what I have learned, that I discussed over here. So what I thought, I used to be very feverish about it. As soon as I joined this art of living, I thought I must rush to get to Gurudev, how to be very closer and keep doing the one course after another course. Then Gurudev also says, just hold on, just relax. After some time, you start feeling cooling down. This phase came in my life. I don't know about others, but it came in my life, and I slowly, I just cooled down. Now there is no feverishness. Likewise, you can overcome the whatever the obstacles, you must say. in a growth of the spirituality. And second part, which I would like to add up something, that in yoga, what it has been told, and Gurudev usually say, yoga is not only the getting the knowledge or implementing. It is the beautiful, you can say, amalgamation of the mind with the body, and then that will reflects on all the 7 layers of our existence. So that is the beauty of this, that when you will mix up both the things, control your mind, control your body, and your body is fit and fine, definitely your mind is, which is connected with the body, body also, mind also work out in a very positive manner, and then that impacts to the memory, that all the 7 layers will be brushed up. So that is I understood while going on my journey. So that's a beautiful, again and again we should listen to this one. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Binaji, for sharing your wonderful experience. It's really amazing. और किसी को अपने आप को व्यक्त होना है, जरूर आप अनम्यूट करके व्यक्त हो सकते हैं. Express yourself. If you have any question, you can unmute yourself.
I wish to add up something. Shall I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Miss, like, those who are attending these sessions, and it will be a great pleasure if you listen one point from each one of us, those who are here present. It may be very short and whatever the point, takeaway points. So we would, because we are a family, like Sangeeta ji कितने सुंदर से उसको explain करती हैं, तो अच्छा लगता है ना, एक करके point करके ये बहुत सारे points हो जाएंगे. So in this way we can see the people who are there behind the curtain. So it's a great pleasure to see them. If each one of us
I second the thoughts expressed here by Binaji. We'd love to hear each one of you. So if you can just unmute yourself. Oh, this is my takeaway. This is what my takeaway. One or two points. It's really beautiful idea. It will be good, really good. It's amazing. I'm okay with. I'm okay. If everybody wants to express, absolutely fine. That's my request actually. That you please unmute yourself and express. But obviously it's a request with a love. There is no force involved here. If you want to do, please do it like that. Savita ji, Rohini ji, Roma ji, would you like to say something as Binaji has suggested? You can do that. If you can do that, that is also welcome. If you are okay to remain silent, that's also a beautiful state. It's okay. Both things are absolutely okay. It's completely up to you. It's your decision. Yes, Rohaji, please.
मेरी क्या डिसीजन है उसके आज?
हाँ, रोमाजी बोलिए. Would you like to say something? कुछ आपको बात करना है, रोमाजी? प्रभुता, रोमाजी को कुछ बात करना है क्या? You are on. We are listening to you. ओके, ठीक है. सो आज के इस सत्र को हम लोग यहीं पे समापन करते हैं. We'll pause so that we can meet tomorrow. See you all tomorrow. जय गुरुदेव.